Hello dear viewers and welcome to tonight's edition of the Daily Debate. I'm your host for tonight, Mohammed Abdirrahim. The Australian Museum in Sydney recently concluded the enormously successful run of the Ramses and the Gold Pharaohs exhibition held from the 17th of November 2023 to the 19th of May 2024. The exhibition was the fourth international stop and was a significant triumph as it had attracted almost 500,000 visitors of all ages across Australia. The success of this exhibition reinforces the importance of the temporary exhibitions abroad as cultural ambassadors for Egypt. We'll be talking about that successful exhibition in Australia and about the national tourism strategy here in Egypt in this episode of the Daily Debate, in the company of our dear guest with us here in the studio, Dr Amr Atef, the tourism expert and the holder of a PhD in Sustainable Heritage Tourism, Helwan University. A very good evening to you, Dr Atef. Always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Allow us first, as always, Dr Atef and dear viewers, to watch a report about our main topic for tonight, and then come back and start our discussion.
The Ramses and the Gold of the Pharaohs exhibition that kicked off in Sydney, Australia on November 17th has attracted 500,000 visitors. Such success confirms the significance of temporary international exhibitions as representatives for Egypt and its civilization abroad, while also contributing to the promotion of Egyptian tourism, particularly cultural tourism, he added in a statement. The exhibition, which has concluded its activities, will move to its fifth stop in Cologne, Germany, to open its doors to visitors from all over Europe in July. The Australian Museum posted on Instagram that the Ramses and the Gold of the Pharaohs exhibition has achieved a record number for museum visitors. The exhibition's journey abroad had its first stop in Houston in November 2021, second stop in San Francisco in August 2022, and third stop in Paris in April 2023. It includes 182 unique artifacts that show some of the holdings of the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir, dating back to the era of King Ramses II, some artifacts from the discoveries of the Egyptian mission in the Bubastion area in Saqqara, and some of the distinctive characteristics of the ancient Egyptian civilization, especially in the Middle Ages, modern and even late times. It also includes a number of artifacts and ornate golden treasures, including one-of-a-kind relics, such as a sarcophagi, animal mummies, magnificent jewelry, spectacular royal masks, exquisite amulets, many of which have never left Egypt before, in addition to some colored wooden coffins. Since its inception in November 2021 in Houston, the exhibition has traveled to San Francisco in August 2022 and Paris in April 2023 before its Sydney showing.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Thank you for staying with us, and many thanks to Manal Al-Ibyari and Khalid Abdelbari for this report. So, the Sydney, Australia exhibition, Ramses and the Gold of the Pharaohs. These exhibitions promote Egyptian heritage and boost tourism. The next stop will be Cologne in Germany, and will begin receiving European visitors in July. We are with Dr. Amr Atef here, the tourism expert, holder of PhD in Sustainable Heritage Tourism. Dr. Atef, how do you see the enormous success of the Sydney exhibition?
As they were saying in the report, 500,000 visited the exhibition, and the pieces that went abroad have never traveled outside, have never left Egypt before. So this is a great success for a temporary exhibition, and it not only visited Sydney, but also visited the United States and Paris, France, and they're going to Cologne. So it went to 2 states in America, Houston, and it went to California.
Texas and California.
Texas and California. So this is a great success. And from being in the field, I see people coming to Egypt after such exhibitions. So it's not only the exhibition, and it's not only that the people went and visited, had the tour and the success of the exhibition, but what comes after that. Lots of people, when we go on the tour, they say, we've been on the exhibition of so-and-so, like King Tut's exhibition, and we stayed in lines to be able to go and have a look at the exhibition, and that's why we came to Egypt. So that's a good promotion for Egypt and good promotion for tourism. And tourism is considered to be one of the main sources of the economy, of course. So
of course, creates a lot of jobs. It brings foreign currency.
Yes.
Promotes the image of peaceful, stable Egypt.
Yes.
So, Dr. Atef, the exhibition featured 182 artifacts, including the notable sarcophagus, of course, of King Ramses II from the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization, Nemek.
The Nemek.
Yeah. Tell us about some of the other notable artifacts.
Ramses II, the coffin, the sarcophagus of Ramses II is considered to be one of the masterpieces. And Ramses II, who ruled the country for 67 years, so he had a chance to build temples and had lots of artifacts. There are other pieces, necklaces, jewelry, alabaster jars, as we have seen, masks. All this has been in the 182 pieces that have never traveled abroad before. So, this is considered to be quite an exhibition. Usually, the exhibitions would be 100 pieces, 60 pieces, or we can say 130 pieces. But that's a big number. That's 102 pieces that went on a tour outside the country.
Yeah, 182.
182.
Yeah. You know, I can't help but ask, whenever I hear this, you were saying Ramses II, who ruled Egypt for 67 years. And I guess all of us will keep asking, and many people around the world will keep asking this question forever.
Yeah. Is
Ramses II, now you know the question,
I know
right?
the question. Is he the Pharaoh of the Exodus?
Yeah. Is he the Pharaoh of Moses?
Is he the Pharaoh of Moses? Yeah. We don't have a proof for sure. And people of archaeology don't like to connect the holy books to the historical. They want to separate. So that's a question.
What do you think? You're an expert in this field. And everybody is entitled to his or her own opinion.
Okay. Okay, so there were 3 pharaohs during the time of Moses. I personally believe that, that's my personal opinion, that there is a pharaoh that picked him from the Nile, and that was Seti I, the father of Ramses II. And then there was a pharaoh that raised him in the palace, and that was Ramses II. And then there was a pharaoh who chased him with the Israelites outside Egypt, and that was Merenptah, the son of Ramses II.
Yeah, because it always goes between these 3.
Yes.
Seti, Ramses II, and Merenptah. But what we understand from the Holy Quran, the Muslims' holy book, is that it's a single pharaoh. It's not 2 or 3.
They're talking about Merenptah. If we're going to talk about the single pharaoh, the Holy Quran, of the Muslims, as you mentioned, talks
mentioned
about
that his body
was raised, and that's true. The body was raised,
and his body is the one in Nemek at Nemek now.
Merenptah, the mummy.
I saw him at Nemek.
At Nemek, and he died at a young age, and there are lots of salt on the mummy. So that's the reason lots of
He looks scary, by the way.
He looks, yes.
Yeah, when I watched, because I saw it personally, that mummy in the Nemek.
Yeah.
He looks like a real person, and some sort of scary person.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. True.
You agree with that?
I agree with you.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, I'm entitled to my own opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, nobody holds like the absolute truth or
Yes,
the card for the
yes,
absolute truth.
yes.
It's just an opinion, an expert opinion.
An expert opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, and thank you for this was not in the textbook for this episode, but I can't help but ask this question.
Talking
really.
about Ramses II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Atef, so how do different exhibitions like the one in Sydney, you mentioned France, the US, and we're going to Germany now, how do such exhibitions boost tourism in Egypt, this key industry, as you mentioned?
Of course. I mean, people, 500,000, that's a huge number. I mean, imagine those 500,000 from Sydney. If we're going to talk about 30% of this number or 40% of this number that will be willing to come to Egypt, that's a big number. That's a big number, and the word of mouth is very important. Dr. Zahi Hawass, went on a tour, and there were exhibitions and lectures in the United States, and he toured the United States, and the comeback from this tour was amazing. I mean,
the nice thing about Dr. Zahi Hawass is that we don't have to give him a title. It's just enough to say Dr. Hawass. That's it.
He's a brand.
Yeah, he's a brand by himself. Yeah,
yes.
we don't need to define or give him a title.
Yes. Yes, he's a brand by himself.
Yeah.
So those tours would help tourism and would boost tourism and would help more people. I mean, they went to 5 countries. I mean, the common country is the 5th country.
Germany,
so in Germany. So imagine how many people are going to come and visit Egypt after this exhibit. So I think temporary exhibitions are very important, and they are good ambassadors for Egypt abroad.
Indeed. What is the importance, Dr. Atef, of the Ramses II collection?
The importance of the Ramses II collection, there is lots of mystery around Ramses II. So those who chose the Ramses II collection to travel it's handpicked. The pieces are handpicked, and I've seen part of the exhibition on the report that was held now. They are all handpicked. The pieces are handpicked, and I would say one of a kind. One-of-a-kind pieces that are on the tour. So that's the importance of, and everybody knows Ramses II.
Of course.
I mean, we mentioned the name of Ramses.
Is he the longest-serving pharaoh?
One of the longest-serving pharaohs. I mean, ruling.
Do we have official statistics like that somebody ruled more than 67 years?
King Pepi ruled more than 67 years.
Okay.
And then
how many years were there?
Pepi was like 75 years, 80 years.
The call for the Isha prayer now, Dr. Atef, dear viewers, will be back.